Hi everyone, masofdas here, and I want to talk about the Stadia. I recently did on my channel, actually at the start of the year, my top 10 most anticipated games in general. So I'm having Stadia, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch, possibly PS5 and Series X with like Halos on that list. And there's top games on there, and basically I've been doing a lot of Stadia content, really enjoying Stadia, so I wanted to highlight some of the games actually coming to Stadia, especially going into Stadia Super Saturday, which is tomorrow. This video is going to go up this evening after recording. So I want to highlight some games. I'm going to be honest now, there's a website called Stadia Source, pun sort of intended, that it is a great source for Stadia content, and you can look at games that are currently out and games coming. And the list, as before yesterday, when I actually had my top 10, only had 16 games on it coming. So 16 to 10 doesn't actually sound that hard to do, but it's trying to find 10 games to actually get excited about. And then yesterday, Stadia announced 5 more games coming to the system, and 2 of them actually is now on my top 10, and obviously it's 21 games now coming to Stadia, as in confirmed. And actually a few months ago, Google, the community thing, actually put there's 100 and something games planned to come by the end of the year on Stadia, with 10 of them like time exclusives or proper exclusives, and there's actually 2 timed exclusives in my top 10 list. Anyway, I'm going to go through them. This is basically a highlight, like I said, of what's coming, and this is in alphabetical order as well. So number 1 is Marvel's Avengers, this is from Square Enix. This should be coming September, same time as the other consoles and that. Obviously it was delayed from earlier this year to September. It's just been a new trailer of pre-order bonuses and that, and it should be pretty good. It's one of these games that sounds like it's going to be a bit of a live service, even though it seems like it's a single player game, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. So we have that. Next we have Baldur's Gate 3. This is a timed exclusive, or might even be a proper exclusive, but also like on PC. Not much is shown. We just had the CGI trailer, and obviously it's a follow-up to the classic Baldur's Gate game. Next we have The Crew 2. This should be out by the end of March, due to what Ubisoft Financial are saying. There's a few Ubisoft games coming, and there's a couple in this list. The reason I chose this one, even though we have Grid on Stadia, which is really good, that is a track-based racing game, more simmy than The Crew. The Crew is a more open world. It's got boats. I think it's got helicopters and planes and stuff. It didn't review well when it first came out, but obviously there's one of these, again, going back to the Avengers, live service type games, so obviously new content and that. Should be out by the end of March. The only thing worry is obviously the price. It's an older game on other systems. It's going to be a new game on Stadia. If it's going to be full price, could be a pro game, could be now free to play, and you got to buy new content and stuff. I don't know, but it is interesting to me due to its more arcade open world racing aspect. Next we have one that's actually on my anticipated top 10 of everything, and that's Cyberpunk 2077. Again, this not like Avengers, most would have been out soon on Stadia. It's coming September, everything. I'm not 100% sure if it's the same time on Stadia as the other things like PC, because obviously Stadia's more resemble PC than a console. But that is a huge game, and especially if it can be full settings on Stadia with ray tracing and stuff like that, and then you can stream it to your TV, so that'd be great. Next we have Dooms. I'm adding the 2 Dooms together. I'm putting the 2 together because actually on this 21 game list, Doom isn't on there, but Doom Eternal is, and it's actually down for 3rd of, I think it's the 20th of March, so same day everything. The reason I say Dooms is because Doom, the first, I think it's 2016 one, was what was shown mainly, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, at events and stuff for running on Stadia, and it showed Stadia can do these 60 frames per second over the cloud, great graphics, etc., etc. And it would seem a little bit silly to have the one and not the other on Stadia. Also, I'm going to make a prediction here. Doom, the 2016 Doom, is one of the March Pro games. There's a subscription on Stadia, a bit like PlayStation Plus and Gold. I think Doom will be like the free game in March, with at the start of March, the 1st of March, and then Eternal comes out the 20th, so it gives you time to finish Doom. And then on the 20th, after you finish Doom and that, you've enjoyed it, played it, you want the new Doom. That's my logic. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. Next, we have Elder Scrolls Online. Heard some rumours this might be coming like May or June time to Stadia. Reason that is apparently there's a big update or something, especially the PC version in May. And sounds like the Stadia version is going to be crossplay with the PC version, so that's interesting. Why I've gone for this one, Stadia doesn't have any MMOs yet, unless you want to count sort of like Destiny and a Division 2 coming, and Ghost Recon, where they were like semi-MMO sort of games, but this is a proper MMO, and obviously it's more of an RPG as well. It's cool, and I've not played it, and also crossplay with PC is great. But if you go to like a own servers, the Stadia players all starting to scratch, all same level, doing the same content and that. So what's always put me off of MMOs, like if I jump in later, people could be level 100, I'm level 1, done the content, etc. A little bit daunting, but if everyone starts to scratch, that'd be great. Next we have God and Monsters. This is another Ubisoft game. It should be out by April 2021 due to, again, Ubisoft financials. Should have been out February, so it should have been coming out this month anytime, but it was delayed, and we've only actually had the one trailer from E3. It looks a bit like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like in that Greek mythology, but more of like a Zelda sort of art style, so it could be neat, and again, cool and actual adventure Zelda like Assassin's Creed like on Stadia could be great. So that's that. Then one of the two new games that was announced yesterday of the 5, Lost Words. This is a time game, more of an indie, more narrative based and stuff, 2D platformer. I kind of want these titles on Stadia. I know it doesn't push Stadia to the limit, like going back to Cyberpunk, you could have ray tracing, etc. and that going, but it expands the library, gives a variety of games, as well as going to be mostly on the cheaper side. And interesting in this one, the trailer I got it from was from the PlayStation, like official thing. So that's why I managed to download the trailer. And it looks like it was meant to be like an exclusive to PlayStation. I might have just misunderstood from like E3. It was shown 2019. Yeah, it's now a time exclusive on Stadia. It could be a couple of months, whatever, a bit like Darksiders Genesis, but I found that a really interesting title, and it's, like, again, a variety with these games. Next one is the other one that was announced yesterday, which is Panzer Dragoon, the remake. So this is a classic game on the Sega Saturn. There was 2 of the on-rail shooters on Saturn, and the Saga, the RPG, and then you had Auto on the original Xbox, which is actually backwards compatible on the Xbox One, and X enhanced if you got an X. Looks really good still. Great on-rail shooters. So like Star Fox, personally I feel it's a better game than Star Fox, just because it's on Saturn, no one really played it, but it's really good, worth excited. It's not an indie, but it's not like a big AAA game. It's one of those sort of in-between things, but it does look really good. Possibly may feel a bit dated to play if it plays just like it did on the Saturn, but then I played Water not long ago and that felt really good still. So really excited about that. And then the very last one on this list, and number 10, is the last Ubisoft game. Ubisoft are really supporting the platform. They've got a few games on the system already, really getting behind the platform. That's Watch Dogs Legion. Again, this should have been out March and then got delayed, but it should be out before April 2021 due to Ubisoft financials. They got 5 AAA games or something coming before April 2021 and 3 before December 2020, so could be one of them. Looks good. It's in London. So I think the other interesting Ubisoft games that I haven't mentioned is the Uplay Plus, I think it's called, which is very similar to EA Access, a bit like Game Pass as well, where you pay a subscription, but you get access to Ubisoft games. And I think you're going to get, from I understand, access to Watch Dogs Legion like day one through the subscription. I think EA do it with the Origin service on PC. It's only on PC because access you get like a 10-hour trial to FIFA and stuff. But I think you get the full game, so that's an interesting thing with Ubisoft titles on Google. Okay, it's going to have like 2 subscriptions. You're going to need the Google Pro subscription to have 4K and the Ubisoft subscription to access their games. But if it's £10 a month and you can play Watch Dogs Legion instead of spending 45-50 quid on it, that sounds like a good thing. And it's something different on Stadia as well that the consoles don't have due to like the PC-ness of it. But that is 10 games of the 21 confirmed. I say 21-ish. Like I said, Doom would bring it to 22, and there's mostly other things that people have missed, smaller indie games. But that's that. Any are you excited about on from these, or is there anything you would like to see on Google Stadia? Anyway, I've been masofdas, and I'll see you again.